Hello, everyone. This is the most impressive President of the United States. What's all this about you not following Ryan O'Connor on Twitter and Instagram? It's at Wrangleshank. The link's in the bloody description, innit? Get on it, you bums. Ah.
It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book. Howdy do, everyone. It's your old pal, Ryan. I did a little bit of advertising this channel on Instagram today, which is where my biggest art audience so far is. And I've been too timid to try and give that a whirl. So I was just doing that, putting out like a little Instagram story, which I've barely ever done before, about this channel, what we're doing here. What else? Oh, I also went onto Twitch, and I didn't realize it wasn't saving any of the recordings. And I guess it only saves recordings for 14 days anyway, or something like that. Something ephemeral and impermanent and not my cup of tea, really. But now it'll save them for a little while before they disappear. I don't know how quickly they were disappearing to begin with, but I went on there and I was surprised to see nothing because I'm always on here. So just moving and shaking, getting stuff working. Hopefully, we're figuring it out. Trying to make this work. Okay. Today. Oh, look. Before I start talking about the comic, look, I'm working on this little sketchbook piece. I do sketchbook drawings all the dang time, and I'm making this kid flying through the air. You saw it here first. Maybe not the best quality on this camera, but you'll see it on Instagram and Twitter soon. If you follow me there, link in the description, just like the good president said. What else? Oh, so yesterday I did, or my mom came on my show, or she like called in, and she was talking about this charity, which let's see, it was Gemma's. Oh, I have it right here. It was this guy, Patty Conahan. Is that what it is? Is that his name? Patty Conahan. He is, I guess he's apparently a neighbor of my mom when she was living on an island in Ireland as a kid. And he's 80 years old. He's swimming in every beach around Ireland or something like that, as a fundraiser for charity for an organization called, let's see here, Gemma's Legacy of Hope. And it's an organization set up to provide counseling and therapy to people with mental illnesses, children and adults alike. in Donegal, Ireland. So that's the one my mom was talking about yesterday. I put the link in the description of that show. I put the link in the description of this show. So consider dropping a donation over there. It's a GoFundMe. It's in euros. So a euro is just a little bit less than an American dollar, for what it's worth. We're checking out. Hey, what love? How the heck are ya? Good to see you. We're going to be inking page 103. Where Bonehead is still fighting this alien guy. Oh, I'm doing great. I'm jittery right now from tea, but doing good. I'm gonna start drawing. Yeah, what's new? What love? Anything? I think same old here. For the most part. Oh, you know what? I need light. Ooh, did you get the ick? Was that a thing that already happened? Or that I already knew about? Maybe I might be thinking of Let Me Sleep. I forget. I did a little promotion of the Twitch channel and the YouTube channel on my Instagram, which I've been afraid to do for some reason. But on Instagram, that's where I have the biggest following. So the most eyes available to look at my stuff. I'm trying to see if I can grow this channel. Hopefully now it'll kind of keep I didn't realize it wasn't keeping the videos up on Twitch for very long. I don't know if it was only doing the live broadcast and then scrapping them, but now they should stick around for a little while, for a couple weeks, I think. It's at Wrangleshank. The link's in the description. I'm pretty sure it'll be in the description of this video on Twitch. I'll try and not neglect Twitch so much with kind of curating the channel a little bit. I gotta figure out what I'm doing, I think. But it's, yeah, at Wrangleshank. Twitter, at Wrangleshank. I know for a fact it's in the description of my YouTube videos. It should be on the Twitch ones too. I've barely ever done a story on Instagram before. So I was just screwing around. I don't know if you can put links, like attach links to your story. But whatever. Gotta walk before you can run. My mom came on the show yesterday, or she like called in yesterday, right when I started. She was just shooting the breeze with me for like an hour and a half, I think. Let's see. Okay. It's already 7 o'clock. Everything in my life takes too long. Okay. Let's see. So yesterday, on yesterday's page, the alien here fired his ray gun at Bonehead, and it hit like an aquarium of lab frogs, and the frogs were like hopping all over the lab. And this one, look, he throws he grabbed all these like flasks of poison. He throws them at the alien to kind of defend himself, and he like halts and he goes pop pop pop, and the liquid gets all over the frogs. Oh, you found me. And I found you. Thanks for following. My cartoon's getting a ton of views. After the broadcast that I played it at the end of, I figured I might as well just post it as its own video as well. And it's got nearly 100 views. I think last I saw it said 95. People are digging it. I'm trying to figure out how to make this a more consistently entertaining show. So I've got some ideas, I think. I don't know. It might take me the weekend to get some stuff sorted though. The rest of the weekend. What else is going on in this little life of mine? Nothing. You're looking at it. This is my days. Oh, I went to breakfast with a friend this morning. That was nice. She treated me to breakfast, and I got what I get. I got this skillet with ham, bacon, sausage, scrambled eggs, peppers, onions, and mushrooms. Oh, that's my jam. I'm trying to see what I can do here. Let's see. I don't know why I always have to copy the link over again. I'm trying to get Liam in here. I don't know if he'll come in now. I was posting on Instagram daily for a long time, or very like I think for like the better part of 3 years I was posting daily, with maybe a few chunks of exceptions. Like a few weeks here and there, I had to slow down. In like the more so in the third year. I still try to post pretty often though. Oh, I didn't realize I had that comment highlighted this whole time. Let's see. So this is in the super foreground. I'm gonna make that really brave and bold. And this one is coming up. And then this is like the little brother trying to tag along and keep up. Let's see, maybe a little thicker. Let me see. I might go a little thick on this one, I'm thinking. I'm looking to the screen. I'm looking at the broadcast for guidance. Sure. Okay. Whip, whip, whip. So I titled this this broadcast "Stop Being Terrible Today." There's an artist I follow. Who is it? Who who's been saying he gets like way more views when he he gives his videos negative titles. And I was just curious. I noticed that I just give my videos kind of random titles most of the time. But I noticed that one of my videos, it was called like the worst one yet. I didn't even put artwork on the video, which I usually do to make it more appealing and make people want to click on it. And that has like 29 views, and I'm not sure why that one would have gotten so many views. So I was just wondering if he's onto something there. Just give your videos negative titles and people will click on them. So just out of curiosity. Not that I went super directly negative, but he reckons that every time he puts terrible into the title, that he gets more views. So I put "Stop Being Terrible Today." Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, the place I went to this morning, I love just like little dingy diners that serve good breakfast food. And like you can never get to the end of a cup of coffee because they keep refilling it by the time you get halfway through. Yeah, I drank so much coffee this morning. And at the time, I had a caffeine pill running through me because I was trying to stay awake and not crash and burn on the road. I was up all night, and I had to kind of keep going late into the morning. But I've gotten my rest by now. Man, no one's coming on my show. Everyone's so mean to me. Life sucks. Give life a break. Life ain't so bad. Give life a chance. Let me beef him up a little bit. I don't know if you heard, but because it was the day before I did the 100th page. I was going to do page 99 and 100, but then I decided not to do page 100 that day, partly because I didn't have anything special planned yet. Secondly, because my brother wanted to record some little podcast that he's started doing with me and the rest of our brothers from time to time, or like one or multiple of us at a time. And he wanted to do one that night. Well, we recorded it, but I think he's gonna scrap it because his audio was kind of bad. It's like a little YouTube show that he's starting now. He's been calling it a podcast. I don't know if that is technically a podcast, but we'll see this. Okay. Just wanted to make sure the shelf, the empty shelf, made sense. Because if it shows that he's grabbing it off the third shelf, this wouldn't work. On the last page, that is. But it just shows him grabbing them off a shelf. You can't see. Oh, Vucky! Howdy do. Good to see you again. Did you see that Bonehead cartoon that I posted? I made that a couple years ago, and I finally put it out there. It's a little rough around the gills, but I'm happy with it for the most part. Oh, thank you. Oh, I thought you said something else. I've been doing pretty good. Trying to see if I can build up some interest in this channel a little bit, but also I gotta figure out what to do about when I don't know what I'm doing, like, or what I'm talking about, like this show. I'm just kind of winging it. Bonehead feels old for some reason. What do you mean? Like old fashioned, like outdated. Let's see. I think there should actually be more of these here on this bottom shelf, according to other pages. Oops, didn't realize I still had that up. Elderly? I mean, look at him. He's practically a corpse. Look at Shivers. It's probably been 20 years since a character face hasn't been simple, incredible, ugly, or beautiful. Simple, incredible, ugly, or beautiful. I think when I was like first coming up with the character, because he was one of the first characters I came up with, I think I was thinking back to, well, I'm always thinking about like 90s cartoons. And for him, there was this one. I don't remember exactly, but I think that like it was on Rocco's Modern Life, and in fact, that whole cartoon, that animation, I was like heavily trying to make it Rocco's Modern Life ish in a way, but this is like years before, like 8 years earlier. When I was designing him, I was thinking of this. I'm pretty sure I was thinking of this episode of Rocco's Modern Life where I think it's when he's getting his driver's test or trying to get his license or something. He's doing a driver's test, and I think there's this elephant guy who has he keeps like putting up like a little holding a stick with a smiley face or a frowny face or something in front of his face. Like every part of my what I was drawing from Rocco is like every character is so like they have like really strange quirks to them. Like they probably have like mental problems or something. But I always thought everyone on Rocco was interesting. Think of those SpongeBob frames. Mort is half of cat dog. That's interesting. Yeah. And I might have been thinking about SpongeBob a little bit when I wanted to do Bonehead with big buck teeth. And it wasn't directly trying to make him look like Zim, but he does kind of have that Zim head. I have always been a big fan of Invader Zim. How does this man drink? Who's that? Bonehead? With those big teeth in the way? He drinks the coffee in the diner. Yeah, I love Invader Zim. It's like, oh man, it was, and I feel like that show was gonna get really good before it ended. Like right before it ended, like there's that resisty. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. I don't know if you've watched it like yeah. But there's this like alien alliance that's like rising up against the Urkin Armada, and they're just a bunch of like outcast aliens from different worlds, but they're like also really stupid, like everyone on Invader Zim. And I was also a big fan of Jonan Vasquez's comics, like Johnny the Homicidal Maniac and I Feel Sick, Squee. I've gotten most of my stuff. I've gotten most of my, I've gotten a bunch of comics signed by Jonan Vasquez. I gave Jonan Vasquez a really crummy comic I made. Do I have it here? Let's see if I can find this little comic real quick. It's not good. It was the first comic I ever made. It was like a little 24-page. I've showed it off on this channel before. Oh, here it is. It's called My Neighbor's a Psychopath. And I was starting before I started Bonehead, like a few years earlier, I started a remake of this with these characters, but I was calling it Moon Valley. And I think that might be the next book I do if this works out. But this is really goofy. I gave a copy of this to Jonan Vasquez, and I gave a copy to Jenny Goldberg, who I believe is his girlfriend, and they both worked on the Invader Zim movie together. And they're like, "Are you a big fan of John Kay?" I was like, "I am." And he was asking me like what I made it in, and yeah, they were really cool. They were really nice to me. But man, this is so ugly. And it's like every drawing, these characters look like totally different. It's just so wobbly and weird. No, it's separate. I mean, you know what I've wondered? Oh, is it in here? No. So when I started doing the Moon Valley version of it, which maybe I'll show off some pages on that sometime. And I only made like 50. I wanted to do like a big 150-page book, and I pretty much finished the first act of it. So I did about 50 pages of it, and so there's this alien in this that wears a T-shirt that says Butte on it, and in that, this character Tom, his dad, wears he's just moving to this town from Montana, and his dad wears a shirt that says Butte on it. The joke being that Butte looks like butt. That's all. That's the only reason they're from Montana. But there's a connection there. And I've wondered, because all those characters are humans, and then here there's no human characters. Though I don't know what Mr. Shivers is. But I've wondered, does this story take place on Earth? Maybe it's on a different planet in the same universe. That might make that might work for me. Like Necropolis, the city where Bonehead lives, is on some other planet. Where the people are skeletons and ghosts and little devil guys. I think that Moon Valley book was going to be pretty fun. It was so loosely, not loosely planned, but it was I didn't have a script written. It was all in my head, and I was just sketching out scenes like as they occurred to me, and then I would just like take all these drawings from my sketchbooks and bring them into the comic. But then I was afraid that the ending wasn't going to be strong enough, so I kind of set it down. But I think I want to go back to that one after this. And I'd probably want to kind of redraw the stuff that I did just to freshen it up, because I started that years ago. But I'll show off those pages someday. That'd be an interesting thing to share on this channel. Ooh, I just pushed the tip of my brush apart with my finger. Not to sound. Oh, yeah. Catch part 2, 5 years from now. Did you ever watch the Venture Brothers? I love the Venture Brothers, but there was always like 2 years between the next season when a season would end. And then, yeah, if the season ended on a cliffhanger, it was like, are you kidding me? How long till we get some resolution here? I'm a huge Venture Brothers fan. I love that dang show. And then it got canceled. But then it was picked up for a movie on HBO Max. And then that's going to be the end of the series. I hate to say. Honestly, I would really like just one more season. Like I think a movie isn't good enough for me. I'm ungrateful. I want a movie and a season, and then it can be over. But those 2 guys, Doc and Jackson, they write the hell out of that show. So I trust them. That show has too much continuity. That's true too. I get that. Well, you know what they started doing after a while? It was like they're always like making up scores of new characters, and then after a while they would just like kill off a whole bunch of them at once. So when I first made up this character, this guy Billy TV, I always wrote Butte on his shirt because the joke for me was he's from out of town, and where's he from? Butte. But it was like I don't know. It's like not a uproariously funny joke, but it entertained me to draw a character with Butte on his shirt if he was from out of town. And I was like, hey, he's from out of town. Maybe he's wearing a shirt that says Butte on it. And but then when it came time to do this book, I was like, well, so as I was like figuring out his character, I was like, well, he's from Planet Montana. It just happens to be called Montana. And then when I was like trying to figure out this book, I was like, am I gonna write Butte on his shirt still? Like, are we to believe that Planet Montana also has a Butte or something like that? That's kind of dumb. But I figured out a reason for him to be wearing that shirt that I was pretty happy with. So it's in the story. Who named a planet Montana? I don't know. The ancient people of Montana, way back thousands of years ago. And it just happens to be the name of a place in America on Earth as well. Just one of those funny coincidences. That's all. And not only do we have an alien wearing a T-shirt that says Butte and a baseball cap, but also in this story, there's a an alien king who wears a crown and a long white beard. That isn't the worst setup for a butt joke. Why did the chicken butt cross the road? I don't have an answer for that. Okay. What is the worst setup for a butt joke? Was it that thing that I just said? Let's see. How how many how many butts does it take to poop in a light bulb? Just one. You'll have to admit it, that's pretty terrible. Will Ferrell. You know, I've never been that big of a fan of Will Ferrell. I think me and my dad were just talking about this not that long ago, where we both never liked Will Ferrell in just about any movie. But I mean, I've come around on him a little bit, I guess. I haven't even seen Elf. Including the Lego movie. I don't remember it too well, but I did like the Lego movie. And I don't think I had a problem with Will Ferrell in that either. Wait, he was the bad guy, that's right. He was the bad guy and the dad. Yeah, he was good in that, I think. And you know what? Anchorman is probably something I would not have laughed at very much back in the day. But if I watched it now, I would probably laugh at it a lot. Like, I always used to talk trash about Family Guy and American Dad. And now, like, whenever they're on, oh my gosh, I laugh so much at it. Like, I'm surprised at American Dad. I thought that was the dumbest show ever, and then now whenever it's on, like, I don't go looking for it, but like if my roommate has it on, I'm just cracking up. Did I ever see the second one? I think I saw them both, but I don't think I liked the second one very much. I don't explicitly remember either of them. He ate an entire wheel of cheese. I'm Will Ferrell, damn it. Is that an impression? I used to do an impression of him where I just said damn it all the time. It was like the only thing I could say like him, I thought. At the time. Oh, you know what I really like him in? The Oblongs. Did you ever see the Oblongs on Adult Swim? That's another show that I really, one of my favorite shows with only one season of 13 episodes. Like before, I was talking, another time I was talking about Mission Hill, and I don't know if there was some other one that I was talking about, Clone High. But The Oblongs is really good. He plays the main character, the dad, Bob Oblong, and he doesn't have any hands or legs. He has no arms or legs, and he just hops around on his butt. And everyone's kind of like, everyone in the town is kind of screwed up by like pollution from the rich people in town. They Might Be Giants, my favorite band, does the theme song for that show. Rick killed a guy with a trident. Stupid. Let's see. Okay. Is that an earth frog? I guess that's a good question. Well, they are on whatever home base planet. I'm calling it Earth, but maybe it's an abstract Earth where Bonehead is a normal citizen. But Billy's the only thing from not Earth. I'm calling it Earth. For all intents and purposes. But yeah. So yeah, it's an Earth frog. So I was talking about how like maybe where Bonehead is from is like a separate planet in the same universe as Moon Valley. But for the purposes of this conversation, this is her. Is the Doom lore copyrighted? What's that? What you talking about? The isn't there a comic and a movie called Dune? Oh no, I said Dune. I was thinking Dune when you said Doom, but Doom, isn't that a video game? I don't know. Is that what you mean? What Dune lore? Explain yourself. I'm too simple to have conversations. There's the certain green guy with a gun. Demons from Mars invade Earth. Oh, there's a guy like Billy in Doom. Demons from Mars invade Earth. That's something that people were playing when I was a kid, I'm pretty sure. My uncle was playing that when I was a kid. I'm looking it up. Doom green guy. Psh, psh. That's a different green guy with a gun. I think Halo might want to watch their backs on that one. At least the green guy I was looking at. Demons invade Mars. Or Demons from Mars invade Earth. Oh, okay. feel like this liquid doesn't look very liquidy in this shot. I'm trying to make it a little more so. I don't know. Hmm. Here's a question. What's your favorite movie? Because I've seen, like, whenever somebody talks to me about movies, it's like, have you seen this? Have you seen this? And I haven't seen anything. I have seen plenty of movies that I like, but what if I just watched a new movie on someone's recommendation? Here. But chances are I won't want to watch it. And so help me if it's Star Wars. I won't watch it. Honestly, don't know. Okay. Then it's settled. I will watch nothing. I was gonna go. I really thought I was gonna go see the new Ghostbusters in theaters, and then the other day I saw it on sale for DVD and Blu-ray when I was walking through a store. You could torture me by saying Salo. What is Salo? I've never even heard of Salo. It's the only movie on your watch list you're scared of. Is it really scary? I remember when I was a teenager and they were doing I think it was the big DVD or Blu-ray release of The Exorcist, and everyone was telling me like, "Oh man, this is the scariest movie ever," and it's out on whatever now, and it's got extra scenes that were cut out of the original uh, theatrical release, and I went. I decided I wanted to watch it. My dad rented it or something, and yeah, he rented it, and I decided I wanted to watch it. But then everybody went to bed, and I ended up watching it by myself in my dark, haunted basement, and then it ended, and I was like, Psh, that wasn't so bad. But I think all the hype kind of like made it not so scary to me. You know what I mean? You don't know you didn't watch it. I'm gonna look this up real quick. Salo. I'm seeing naked people. 120 Days of Sodom. Oh my god. A group of fascists round up 9 adolescent boys and girls and subject them to 120 days of physical, mental, and sexual torture. I might pass on that too. Let me see. Is that? Let me see something. Okay, it's an adaptation of a novel. I was wondering if it was like. Yeah, I see why you didn't watch it. Though you did put it on your watch list. Let's see. put that to black? I think so. Ooh, that's an interesting statement. So what are the qualifications of something you need to one day watch? I'm curious. Uh, okay. It's talked about way more than, or it's talked about more than watched. Ow. The Italian government kind of put it on the list. Is it like a banned movie or something? Did I see something like that? Maybe not. It was Pasolini's final film being released 3 weeks after his murder. A horror art film. Yikes. Hmm. Was he murdered for his politics or something? I clicked on his Wikipedia page, but I didn't see. Just kind of skimming it. That's crazy, though. If you finish making this movie, you're dead. It's like it's coming out in 3 weeks. That's it. Pow, pow, pow. Right in the back of the head. He's one of those kind of Italians. Is the waitress important? Like the what do you call her? Petunia, his girlfriend. She's kind of important to this story. So the story is really about kind of Bonehead's selfishness, and she's kind of like the the she is the kind of thing that kind of most spells out his selfishness in the story. Yeah. The that cartoon. It's like a that was more like a just kind of like a fun little like cartoon episode, and then I kind of try to write a meteor story, a meteor story for this book. And if I did more cartoons, see in this book, they're like already dating, Bonehead and Petunia, and in the cartoon, in my head anyway, it was just going to be like he was always going to be like trying to date her or something like that. So I guess that's important to note is this book is kind of like I don't know about alternate take on Bonehead, but it's like I don't know. The continuity might not necessarily line up. This one I wanted to be more like whatever a movie might be, as best as I could come up with at the time anyway. I was trying to think of this one more as a movie, and then that one more as a cartoon. Where is my pen? How many episodes do I have planned? Well, I kind of outlined a second one. If I really thought I was going to have enough time to like be animating all the time, I could cook up a bunch of episodes, like fun episodes to do. But I did recently make an outline for a second one that I would split up into 5 parts. So my idea was, if I do a second one, I'd have like 5 standalone cartoons that could be kind of strung into one episode, if that makes any sense. That sounds kind of like I'm thinking about it too much, but it'd be so I wouldn't be doing like such an exhaustively long cartoon at one time to kind of like ease the burden, because that was that took a lot out of me, the time I spent making that cartoon. I do want to make more someday. I don't know how soon I'll get around to that. So I took a bunch of like ideas that I had for cartoons. Like there was gonna be one where like Bonehead went to the doctor and he's getting his skull x-rayed, and then and his doctor's this big ape. And then there's another idea I had early on with thinking about it as a cartoon, where he gets robbed at the bank. And I kind of took all these like I took like these 5 ideas I'd had when I was like doing probably when I was planning that first cartoon. I doodled a bunch of like little fragments of ideas into my notebook, and I took a bunch of those and kind of figured out how I'd like to string them into an episode together. But I haven't written a script or anything yet. And I might script that out like this year if I really make time for it. But I don't know how soon I would make a second one. But I do got to start animating some stuff, I think. I pay enough money for Adobe Animate that I'm really not animating enough. Yeah, finish this first. That's the big thing right now, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I'm always trying to think of like different projects I would like to work on. The only problem is I'm only one little guy. What time is it? It's 8:30. I gotta bust a move. Would I consider sweet golden mustard barbecue sauce a suitable replacement for honey mustard? Sweet golden mustard barbecue sauce. Those both sound like they wouldn't be too bad. But classic honey mustard? I don't know. I don't know. Like I like those like Snyder's of Hanover's honey mustard and onion flavored pretzels. And if I were to put, if you were to replace that flavor with sweet golden mustard barbecue sauce, I just don't know. You're gonna put barbecue sauce on your sandwich. Okay. I don't know why, Vucky, but you remind me of like the guys I hang out with in real life, like my roommate or my buddy that lives out in Texas right now. Let's see. So here's first of all, thanks. Second, oh god, how bad is your life? No. They're good people, you're good people. On paper, no. What was I gonna do? Oh, that's why I got my pencil out a while ago. Just trying to figure out. Oh, but all my guy buddies, my male friends, like one lives with me now, but then all of the other ones, uh, they moved away. So, though, a couple of there's two that are roommates out in Washington right now, and I think the rumor is that they're coming back this summer. They've been out there for 6 years. I should have just kept the angle I had it. I think that would work better. DC or state? They're out by Seattle. But they're at least my buddy Ben, he's feeling a little, I don't know, not digging the people out there right now. Dang it. Why can't I draw? That's the weirdest shape ever I did see. I'll read more about this little folder later. I'm gonna let those lines dry and then probably white out over them again. It doesn't taste like honey mustard. It tastes tremendously superior. Because I might have to give it a try if it's tremendously superior. Do I prefer digital or traditional? I like. I definitely like doodling traditionally, and with a pencil in my sketchbooks. I was exclusively doing all my stuff like this digitally for a long time. But now that I've been drawing traditionally for so long, I think it might sway back and forth if I tried to get in a swing of doing digital stuff again. I'd get really like into that. Right now, I'm starting to really like like the way I'm making this comic. I really like working with the ink and brush. Though I do want to start trying to draw a little more digitally again, because I feel like I'm a little out of touch with it right now. Like a while ago, I was trying to just start doodling digitally because I hadn't in so long, and I couldn't get comfortable. So that other comic, that My Neighbor's a Psychopath one, was all digital. I did that in Manga Studio, and then the the updated version that I did 50 pages of, that was also in Manga Studio. And I think if I went back into that one after this one's finished, I think I would go back to doing it digitally. I think it'd be good to go from it'd be nice to go into a digital one after I finish this project. Though I will say, I do get so annoyed at like being at a computer's mercy sometimes, like when they decide to start acting up, and that drives me up a wall. I can't stand that. That, come to think of it, that is part of the reason I wanted to do this one traditionally. But then what did I do? I decided I wanted to stream the whole thing online as I was inking it, which also puts me at the mercy of a computer all the time. There will be no mercy when the robots take over the world. I wrote a song once called When the Robots Take Over the World. I'm not saying it's a good song. I'm just saying. This a little lower. Dang, it's way too thick though. This one's thin as a baby's skull. And that's all going to black underneath it. So. Stupid everything. Stupid me. So you do, did you say you do architecture or something? Like you draw blueprints or I forget now. No, you draw cars, I think, right? I don't remember. There's a while, like a week, I was getting like a new person in here every day. But then half of them I never heard from again, at least in the chat. Back, I had to keep my word to a man I care nothing about. I had to keep my word to a man I care nothing about. Do you? I was asking. Maybe that's what you were just responding to. But was it blueprints you do, or you draw cars or something? Pretty sure you said it like you do something that I'd be incredibly unqualified for. I mean, just something that I feel like I'm terrible at drawing. Blueprints require you to be accurate. I do not do that. Oh, okay. I'm a master of the wobbly line. But you do draw, right? I think you said you draw, if I recall. I was going to ask if you have a preference between digital or traditional. Ow, my face. I just put a hole in my face with the camera. Okay, I didn't put a hole in my face. I just took out my eye. Always maiming myself for the audience. It's a living. I draw digitally because I don't end up with a basket full of paper balls. And my sister Heather, she draws a lot, and she'd always draw like these amazing drawings, these really like finely detailed, like ornate, elaborate drawings. And then she'd just go, she'd get all like fed up with it and crumple it up and throw it away. I'd be like, ah, what are you doing? I would have framed that. I would have hung that in a museum. It's like, next time you do a bad drawing, just give it to me and pretend you crumpled it up and threw it away or tore it into a million pieces. But I on the other hand, I'm too sentimental for my own good. I would hold on to everything. I have so many notebooks from like, I don't know, I just have dozens of old notebooks because I used to draw in all my notebooks in school growing up. And like even into college, like I would always like do all my drawing on lined paper in notebooks. What did she think of Bonehead or my art in general? I'd say all my family. So I have 3 brothers, 3 sisters. They're all like really. They're all really like supportive. They're always like really encouraging of my art. And they all like Bonehead. They've been like patting me on the back all week since I posted that cartoon. Yeah, I'm the oldest of 7. So is What Love that was in the chat earlier. But yeah, that's insane. Yeah, I was saying before on a different stream that my mom was also one of 7, and my my dad was one of 6, but then his mom remarried after his dad died, and she remarried a guy with 7 kids, and there was a while where they had 13 kids living in their house. I can't imagine making that work for any amount of time. Can you imagine having 13 children and teenagers living in your house? You want to see me draw my family tree? I'll have to give that some thought. There's a lot of people. There's also a lot of people I haven't seen in a long time. Because I think there's some tension between my dad's siblings and the siblings that married into the family. It might be interesting to look into that. Yeah, there's an uncle I have that I haven't even met before from that part of the family. Honestly speaking, one of them will end up dead. That's true. What did that just remind me of? On The Simpsons when was it? What is it? Something dying. We're all dying, Lise. I meant soon. Me too. We're all gonna die, Lise. I meant soon. Me too. Butchered it. Unsubscribe. this in a tad. Let's see. No, Earth frogs. It's 9 o'clock. Got this liquid splashed on them. I don't think any of those 13 people are dead yet. My dad is, he just turned 60, and he's one of the youngest ones of all of them. I don't know what the age gap is. Two of my uncles have lost their wife. In their family. I think the two oldest, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, yeah, death. Dead, dead, dead. Soon we'll all be dead. Dead, dead, dead. One day you'll all be dead. There's this South Park Christmas album that I probably hear all the songs to every year. And it's probably, I don't know, it's got to be like almost 20 years old at this point. Maybe more than 20 years old. And that's one of them. Christmas album. Total Distortion, You Are Dead is my default Dead song. There's this one I find myself singing all the time where it's by this band called Drink Me. It's like, please draw the blinds. Now the sun hurts my eyes. Please go away. Can't go. Oh, I'm jacking it up now. But goes. How does it go? I don't even know. Now I am old, no tears left to cry. Pick out a stone, it's a good day to die. That's the part I should have started singing in the first place. Post the link. Let's see. I like Drink Me. Let's see here. That's not where I want to go. I'll find it. Oh, it won't. Let's see here. Here we go. There we are. I think the whole thing of both of their albums are on YouTube. They're kind of a goofy band, but I like them a lot. It has one view. No. I closed it already. I guess I posted the link. I could just click on that. That's surprising. I feel like I must have watched that, had that song play a number of times. Maybe it's not the one I've gone to before. I think the one that I think it was like the record label, Bar None, had both of their albums up on YouTube. That video should be unfindable. That's one of my nobody's ever heard of them bands that I like. I feel like that's like half of the music I listen to the most. Like nobody knows what I'm talking about. But it's like mostly like most of the stuff I like is like I like a lot of stuff that I grew up with in the 90s. I'm like stuck in the 90s a little bit. So I like a lot of like grungy stuff from the 90s. And then I like I've a lot of stuff I've discovered that I like over the years, like since high school. It's all stuff that I found tangentially through They Might Be Giants, like going through rabbit holes of like musical acts that they've been associated with over the years, and like openers and stuff like that, or stuff that they liked. And like mentioned in an interview or something. However it was, I came across like there's a lot of music I've found through They Might Be Giants. But yeah, they're a bit of a deep cut. And I'd heard of them, but I never bothered to look into them until I heard a cover of a song called, I think it's called Train to Chicago, that I heard one of my other favorite artists, Mike Doty, do a cover of it. And that convinced me to check them out. And I was really glad I did. It's about being drunk on a train to Chicago. I feel like half the songs that they have are good ones to drink whiskey to and be alone. Typical Ryan O'Connor Tuesday. That's. You said it. Every Saturday's a Ryan O'Connor Tuesday. Drinking whiskey on my lonesome, or by my lonesome. How do I talk? What are words? I'm drunk right now, aren't I? Irwin. I keep pulling this further away because I keep fencing with the camera. Tonight's a good night for sipping some whiskey, listening to music in the dark, alone. Contemplating my mortality. How do I portray death in my work? There's a bit of death in this one. And I'll say, like, I try to keep it. If I want to keep it like family friendly. Like all ages kind of appropriate. Though I'll say there's blood. But it's also a little cartoonish, I guess. Like it's a little visually silly, maybe, if I recall. But it's not trying to be funny. Is it permanent, or do we all become ghost waiters and waitresses? That would be a horrible existence. Yeah. So I think I was thinking out loud about that one day. It was like, I don't think Bonehead and Petunia are dead exactly. I think it's more that they're they're beings that just look like ghosts, and they have some of the properties of ghosts and skeletons, but they're still alive and fear death. If that makes sense. And you're like, well, why are they ghosts and skeletons? That's a little confusing. Well, because I'm not good at what I do. No, I don't know. But yeah, Bonehead can die. Petunia can die. And they're not currently dead in any way. They're just a ghost and skeleton who are in love. Okay. I'm gonna let your future audience. Why that makes no sense. They should just take it with a grain of salt. Like me. Yes, let's all be like Ryan, the drunk. The raging alcoholic. Oh, I didn't finish filling in the shadow. Okay. There's that. One more thing. Um, um, Oops. Let's see, what was it? Okay. I think that's it for this one. Yeah, this page is the only one planned for today. I'm headed out of the house now. Now-ish. Well, half an hour from now. So, I don't know if I showed. Yeah, I showed this at the beginning of the stream, but I've also been working on this today. Just some flying guy. So I'll probably be posting that on Twitter and Instagram. Maybe tonight. I might not have time. I wanted to like. Well, no, I should be able to post that tonight. I don't think I have much more to do on it. But anyway, this camera always wants to come off of its little thing, its little arm that I have it on. But I'll be back tomorrow to do page 104. And that's the plan for tomorrow. Take care, Bucky. Thanks for talking to me. Thanks for keeping me company. Good to see you again. Well, you know where I'll be for most of the next few months. So we'll see you again. Take care. Bye, everybody. Goodbye.